Okay, I got a couple radios. These are this one's a VHF ham radio. There's two matching. They're pretty beat up. They were in the rain. There's screws missing, which I don't like. Shows you that it's tampered with. So I did a search on it. It's VHF band ham radio. This one's a trunking system VHF. Motorola. I don't see the screws. It might be a little complicated. I'm thinking it pries open, but I'm gonna not do this one yet. But I'm gonna do Callie over here. I'm gonna do this one first, just to see what I can get out of this one here. So this one's a TAD M8. I see them like 150 bucks on eBay, but this one, like I say, I'm suspecting it's been fooled with. The guy I got it from was from the pickup. Two screws missing here completely, and one screw here missing. The other one has one screw missing. So they obviously been open. Callie, go down. Off the table. Off the table. Callie, go. Come on, over here. Cats don't listen worth hell. Okay, so we're gonna get started here. Hopefully, I got something there that's gonna be worthwhile to look at. Just curious on the screws are pretty small, so let's see if this one fits. It's not the smallest size, but I don't want it too small. Yeah, it's perfectly. So, like you say, we'll look inside it, see what's in it, just for curiosity purpose. I'm thinking there's aluminum, maybe a circuit board that I could use or something for scrap for e-waste gold recovery. But I do have a ham radio license myself. Been licensed for over 20 years. Don't use it very much. Just, well, I have my radios and stuff. I'm in a bad location with power lines, and there's lots of noise, and you know how it is. You got the 30,000 volt line coming across the river here, so I'll figure how this slides out. I'm thinking it slides. Okay, so this will kind of pressed in there. Okay, we got a steel back. See, it's rusty inside here, like it's been in the weather for quite a while, besides just a few days of rain we had. Or maybe a week. Wow, it's got a nice icy chip in there, look at that. Removable chips, but one accessory chip. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, this whole body is actually aluminum heatsink, so it's all aluminum here. Okay, so this is actually good value too. Wasn't sure, you know, but with these type of newer radios, they have a lot of heat. So to save the life of the radio, they make it the whole body as a heatsink kind of thing. Dissipates the heat, the whole body. Transmitter circuit here. Steel, see? Screwdriver slate magnetics. This strap here is going to be copper. I can pull those off. So copper grounds. I don't really have a cutter here. Well, it's in my garage maybe, but anyways, what we're going to do is maybe take all the side panels off for now. But it looks pretty good for e-waste. Oh, this is really going to be pretty tough here. Another ground strap, copper. I like these Milwaukee drills. Pretty nice actually. Definitely nice. Okay, lucky I got it. We'll take this one off as metal. But the deal is so good, I almost think of buying another one because, I mean, these tools, like I say, use them all the time. They drop down, they get abused. So it's always good to have. For like $100, $99, I'm getting 2 batteries, charger, and this. I mean, that's a steal. Usually the tool alone is $100. So it might still be on sale. Who knows? I mean, it's been already a week. So I have 2 anyways. So. But they are pretty nice tools, especially the M18. It's the M12, but you know, I don't want it too heavy anyways. That's why I have the small battery. You just keep it lighter, right? Otherwise it starts hurting your wrist. I like this thing, it's just quiet. The other one is just too noisy. I can hear it like for like miles. This one is just soft sounding. So far screws are coming out. I have to press really hard because they're kind of like the screws that might be easy to strip. So far so good. Okay, this one is steel. Grounding strap. Okay, so they have the screws here, the transistors. Alright, sink or something. Change the bit and get into the small screws. Once you get all the screws off, the small ones and everything, then you have a better access. You don't take the screws out completely. And then you're constantly breaking stuff to get things out, if you know what I mean. So. Oh, lost that. Have to find my cutter, because I like to cut these really tight. See, that's a nice piece of heatsink here. The main VHF. The front part is just steel and a bunch of nothing. Okay, let me just get my cutters here. I'm gonna load my video on for tonight, and then I'll come back in a second. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back again. On a cutter. Let's cut this off here, I guess. The brand new cutters here. I got tools everywhere. It's just I buy so many tools and then I forget where I put them, or they get lost somewhere. I always have a good set of tools everywhere. It's brand new, but they're not expensive tools. One nice heatsink here. Pretty heavy. I'll put that there. Just gonna have to cut all the stuff off here, I think. See, like, you know, these, they don't feel like my old pair. They feel like you know, just lousy, to be honest. And they don't cut that great either. And they're brand new. And they would cut better. Oh, I don't like these cheap pairs. And the really good pairs are so expensive, but I might have to just pay the $40. You know, then, you know, Those Kleins, I think they're called Kleins, I believe, or something. But they're really good. All electricians use them and stuff. They're really good. This is probably really nothing here anyway. It's just a little board there. Razzie, how you doing, buddy? Say hi to everybody. Just sitting here actually. Oh, radio knobs. Yeah, it's just gonna come out. Yeah, exactly what I thought. So I might as well just pop the speaker out and then turf the plastic. See how rusty it is here? This was in the weathered before. Besides me having the rain, it's been weathered for a long time. You can see it. You can tell. Or it could have been in a damp environment. It could have been in a boat, commercial boat. Could be a possibility. And then they get exposed to weather. That's why they look so kind of almost like saltwater damage. They can't repair it after, because the salt water goes into circuitry, and what it does, it actually the connections, different connections, they corrode, or the salt gets on certain components, and it just always intermittent problems all the time. You can never fix it. My buddy had a radio and hit bad waves, and his radio got swamped, and the radio was never the same, no matter what they did. There's always problems on it. Okay, this here, what's got IC here? Right under here is plastic, or this rubber. Nice little flop back, so it's quite nice actually. I'll take that IC chip off for sure. So that's later, that flat pack here, that controls all this here, I guess, circuitry. The rest is just controls. So, trying to figure out what's the best solution to getting this apart. Looks like I have to just take the boards off, I guess, and then cut out whatever wires I have to cut. But I mean, I could have sold the radio maybe, but you know, I hate, you know, what guys do on eBay, they just say, yeah, working, but it's not working if they don't know. And they just figure they can give money back. I mean, that's, to be honest, it's a waste of people's time. If it doesn't work, or you don't know if it works, sell it. You just sell it as is, whatever. But people do lie a lot. So you know, you buy something and then they gotta, you know, shipping costs you a lot of money, and the thing's junk. It gives you downtime, you know. I see guys selling like parts out of washing machines and different things, and they say, well, I can't test it. Well, obviously. So, you know, you have to advertise it as kind of as is. So if you're buying, or they, like I say, they'll just say, oh yeah, working washing machine, but maybe they don't know, right? I watch a few channels and they talk about how they just say it works and it does. They don't know if it works, and then they wonder why people send stuff back, right? Probably wasn't working properly. People throw stuff away for a reason, right? You know, in my experience, it comes out. That's a nice board for at least the IC chip. Wow, it's a pretty nice looking board actually. A lot of copper on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chips. Too bad this one wasn't removable. Anyways, I'm gonna take this board for sure. Here's a whole RF shielded area. This is could be stainless. It's kind of modular, I guess. You know, it's each compartment has its own area with jumper wires and all that. So that's what they do. If one board goes, they can just pull the whole thing out, change a certain segment of the radio, if you know what I mean. But it's repairable, you know. Not like some things are just disposable. They're just epoxied and glue and stuff, and you can't tell what the components are. It's a disposable thing, you know. Yeah, everything, like I say, is just RF boards. A good technician can change this in 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? There it is, self-contained board. Take that thing off. Bunch of cans in here that have probably they're all soldered, so I can't open them. They're just going to be tuning coils and different shielded coils and different things that have to be shielded. Let's just take a look at one. Steel. So, to be honest, this board here is really useless to me. Really, to be honest. This could be aluminum here. Probably is, but it's pretty useless. A piece of aluminum here. So it's like, you know, the one little transformer, tiny. This is just like a shred board. There's not enough stuff on there. It'd be too much time to depopulate. But if you grind it up right, you can separate the metals that way too. But to me, not worth it. Sometimes the little wires, you start trying to pull them, and they got a lot of pull trying to rip them. They're pretty hard. So this was steel. Oh, steel. Okay, let me take out these two other boards here. Well, it'll take me a couple minutes here, and then I'll show you everything in a little detail after. Stand by. Okay, so I got a little issue with the Singer. I can't remove these risers here. Well, maybe I can move. No, there's brass risers here. I can't get in here. I don't have any tight tools. I go in that corner, but I loosen the other risers. They're all brass, so they have to come off regardless. But they are brass. There's quite a few of them here. So I'll have to do this shielded box another day, but for now I got the majority off. There's one more screw here. There's another one hidden here. Oh, transistor here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'll have another grounding strap. It's kind of like your flat screen TVs. They're modular too. Everything pops out. So it's got a couple IC chips here, some crystals. They're actually real crystals. There's shields here. Copper bits, brass bits. So IC chip here. Nothing spectacular. Some of these wires got to be cut. Go right into the circuit of the board. Yeah, we should have my better pliers or cutters. I brought these because they're like $5 or $6 are cheap. But that's how kind of how it goes, right? So there's little copper things here. I can pull those off after. So you just have to cut one side. See that? Just go like this. Cut the one side, and then just grab it. Pull it up like that. Not big money or nothing, but it's kind of part of the recycling process, if you know what I mean. It's like wire, if anything, right? I'd say probably number 2 wire. I'm not sure if it's number 1. Just because I'm not sure if it's coded. I don't think it's coded, but I don't know. So anyways, a couple more there and a couple of little tiny spools, but end result is not that good. This thing here should be dirty brass. And just cut this off here. With your with all your connectors, the ones you get from satellite dishes, cable connectors. This will be brass, usually brass. But it's dirty because you have insulated plastic in there, right? So that board here, just a couple things off there, I'll pop off. This is heavy, actually pretty heavy. There's a couple more risers here. A couple screws. So look interesting, you know. Nice thing is you can strip everything really right down to really nothing. A lot of times you can't do that in some radios. You have to use punches, drills, and all sorts of things to get stuff out. This one I just have a problem. I can't get the pliers in the corner. But if I get a needle nose, I might be able to do that. What I might do is I'm going to weigh this up too for you guys to see what it is for weight wise. So I'll just show you a recap. Okay, you got a couple boards here. That's all steel. There's a piece of aluminum here. This can come off here. But I'll weigh the aluminum up. I don't care about steel. This doesn't do much for me on steel. So this is all steel. So you have this board. These boards are basically crap boards. They don't do not much for me. It's really low grade. And this one here, it's got the IC chip will pop off. The rest is still going to be shred. And then I'm going to needle nose these off because I have a needle nose over there. We got a little bit of wire. So this is our wire here. This is quite a bit of wire actually. Usually, you know, like the other radios I did had barely any wire. It was all, everything was modular. The boards plugged into each other, right? This is actually copper here. There's copper here. And this is kind of plastic. You can get the plastic off, and it's, I don't know how clean you can get it, but there is copper in there. It's the power transistor or something there. So that's the wire here. You cut the ends off and so on, and screws. So let me clean the rest, and I'm going to weigh this aluminum anyways. Just gives you the idea how much aluminum is here. Okay, stand by. Okay, I broke everything down here just so you know what the weights are. Okay, so we'll start with brass and copper mix. This is clean materials. We're just averaged at $2 a pound because copper is more, but it's not enough to really weigh. But it was 7/8 of an ounce. I figured 20 cents. That's worth 20 cents. This one I didn't calculate, but it's dirty copper and brass type mixture. That one I never added, but it's worth a couple cents, 5 cents maybe. Wire, 2 ounces of wire here. It's like 11 cents value, I'm figuring, for that wire. Steel, 2 pounds, you know, 16 cents, 16, 17 cents, but which put 16. 2 pounds aluminum right here, $1.20, but they paid like 61 last time. I'm not sure what it is right now. I just said $1.20. And then boards, I'm figuring there's 14 ounces of boards. I'm thinking 20 cents. Low grades usually around 15, but you know, I wouldn't even sell this board for 15 cents, to be honest. I'd rather just go and grind it up and see what's in here for gold, if any. But my opinion, you know, once you grind the board up and you take the chips off, grind the board up, you know, I'd rather do that than really sell it. This stuff I don't care. I can throw it in the shred if I want. You know, but I'm going to keep my low-grade boards for now until some buyer comes along and says, hey, you know, I'll give you X number of dollars, and then, or I may try to somehow depopulate some of the stuff and then shred the boards, like I said earlier, possible. I took the one IC chip off here. That was off that control panel. Plastic alone is 3/8 of an ounce of plastic. It wasn't very much plastic. Best is aluminum, and the odd copper brass pieces and so on. And with this board, I'm happy to get the board. You know, I'm not sure the age of this radio, but you know, I think they're who makes this? Toshiba. A lot of times there's mixed brands on there. It's Hitachi. That's a Hitachi logo. So Toshiba. So a lot of times, yes, it's done Toshiba chip. So it's hard to tell what it is, but and a magnifying glass here. If you can see that logo there. No, right. Toshiba's. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. I don't know if it comes up in the camera, but looks like a Hitachi logo, I thought. But anyways, nice looking board. To be honest, there's no money in this, to be honest. You could probably sell a thing on eBay, but the problem is to ship it from Canada to anywhere in the States is probably $20 shipping or more. So, you know, if you're selling something that's broken, not working, you see it's all rusty here. That means it was in a damp environment, not 2 days of rain like I had it. No, it was in a salty environment probably. Look at it, it's all rusted really bad. That's not 2 days of rust. This is long-term rust. So I think the total was just under $2 for all this. So not a lot of money, but I just want to show you, you know, there's still, you know, if you find these radios, don't throw in the shred. You can still do something with them, because if you throw in the shred, you'd only get 20 cents. It was they're 3.5 pounds. I looked on the internet. I think this is 3.5 pounds. So 3.5 pounds at 8 cents is 24, and then so just say 30 cents, okay, on a good day, 30 cents. That's all you're getting for the radio. They made irony aluminum. I'm not sure if they buy electronics that way. I don't know. It was iron aluminum, and it was 15 cents. So you might get, you know, maybe 55 cents for its scrap. So you're tripling your money regardless, or a little bit better. But it just kind of makes it exciting that you could take something apart, see how it's built, and go through all the components. If you do e-waste recycling, you got material to play with, right? You have a little bit of wire here you can sell. So it's all around project, just something to do and have a little fun. But you know, you're not a money maker, but it's still basically full potential recycling. This is recycled. Everything's recycled 100%. Basically, you're taking all the good value out and just separating the steel and so on. The boards, like I say, I have no buyers here that buy these boards right now. Only what I can do is just throw some in the shred once in a while. I'll throw the TV ones in the shred, take some of the major stuff off. Like I took the copper right here. There's really nothing here that's really any good, to be honest. I don't see tantalums. This technology. I see older transistors that are plastic. I'm not seeing anything, to be honest, that's going to be, you know, going to give me some, you know, precious type metals that are rare metals. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing there. I see some crystals here. I mean, sure, okay, you can pop a crystal off. One crystal. But you know, what are you going to do with these things? They're hard to process. Are they magnetic? Yeah, they're magnetic, right? So what are you going to do with them? Even the crystals are rusty. Look at that. This thing's been in a harsh salt environment. That's what I'm thinking. Came off a boat. And that's what they do. They throw stuff in auctions. Things break down, and they throw stuff in auction, and people pay the highest price, it doesn't matter what, $5, $10 or whatever, and they're getting a piece of crap, to be honest. Where is as is, you know? Take your chances, sucker. That's why, and you buy at auctions, and there's usually there's a 15% buyer's premium, plus you're paying 2 taxes. So you're paying 30% on top of what you bid, and people don't realize they bid $1,000 and they're paying $300 in tax and buyer's premium. The auction houses are making money because they turn around and they're making a few percent, or 5 or 10% off the seller and the buyer. These transistors I'm pulling off are MOSFETs. These may be copper. Yeah, they're copper. So I mean, these things, you pull things off, odds and ends, right? A couple more IC chips. I mean, if you want to get the transformer, it's up to you. It's too small to me. End result is take these 2 ICs off, and the rest is depopulated that I can see, right? I'm not 100% sure on all metals, but I've seen enough videos, I've seen enough, you know, I research enough as much as possible, but, you know, I mean, this could be tantalum here, this blue one, but, you know, there's not like a whole bunch on there. I only see one blue one like that caught my eye. And maybe these could be tantalums, I'm not sure. They have the funny looking thing there, see that? If anybody knows. Okay, this radio's done. Under $2 in value, stripped. That's everything stripped here. Okay, we'll move on to the next radio in a second. Stand by. Okay, Motorola CDM 1550 LS. It's a digital trunking radio. I don't see any screws here visible. But my theory was I gotta pop this off here. It's a cover. Right, see? Plastic. So I can see it's taking torques right off the bat. So now I gotta figure what kind of torques I'm gonna need. I'm not sure where let's see, this one here looks pretty good. It works, but I think it's a little too big. Maybe just a little tinier one. Sometimes, you know, it just barely makes it. See, this one's a little more better. So we'll have to determine what's in here. I'm thinking digital boards because it's a digital trunking radio. It's programmable probably for multiple agencies, not just police. It could be fire, ambulance, it could even be private bands, like like the couriers. This is actually weather sealed. This is actually built pretty good. This was in rain, but anyways, I'm an entertainer, so I'm doing this for entertainment. Oh, look at the tantalums. I like it already. I like it already. See the big weather seal here? Look at that. They don't fool around in this radio. There's something here, like a module or something. Well, they're just little space aluminum cast right off the bat. It's got some rubber feet on there. It's got to come off. No screws again. I don't know how they even built this thing. I just wonder if this is somehow modular in the front. I've never seen how they put it together. How could they do that? Okay, that comes out. That's a start. No gold pins or nothing, just steel pins. Shiny steel pins too. I don't think it'd be silver. I don't have the silver luster. Just brass pins, chromed. So how does this come out? Maybe this board was pressed in with this, kept the board in place, right? And it's pressure, and it's probably gonna release somehow. I have to get rid of this antenna port. Maybe one side will come up or something. Well, there it is. That's what I thought. Huh. Look at that, huh? Heavy cast aluminum. So I'm not seeing a lot of digital stuff in there. I see couple flat packs. Flat pack here, another type of flat IC. 4-corner chip. This is flashed on. It's only gold flashing. But like a tantalums here, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Crystal oscillator, a couple crystal oscillators. So I got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 tantalums, 24 tantalums. Wow, it's actually pretty neat. So the end result is, if this breaks down, it's only a casing really, you know. You saw me pull it out. I've never done this before. Right? I didn't like how it connected in here, which is a little bit complicated. But anyways, okay, pretty simple. Now how do I get the front? Do I see an IC chip there? I almost think it's like a snapped in something there. Oh yeah, it's weather sealed. See that? There it is. Weather seal broke. That. Oh yeah. This is Epson IC chip. Japan. That could be good chip. Speaker. Everything just comes apart like nothing. Look at this. No screws. Unbelievable. Oh, look at the gold. Gold here. Look at that. That's not bad. It's almost like a cell board. Look at that. Just like a cell board. No screws. Only like, what, 5-6 screws? You've seen that. And no, this one is just a dummy case with a clip here. Pop this clip off. It should come off. To get maybe a cutter here. See, true modular design here, where you could easily take it apart, service it. You know, I just found it a little bit complicated just to take that, you know, because you're trying not to avoid to break anything. But yeah, it's just pressed in here. So they probably have some sort of tool they stick in here, and it just releases this, or you press like this. So then I might have stainless steel here, these clips. Take them off. Plastic steel. Not worth nothing to me. Wow, this radio is actually well built. It was sealed. I never thought it'd be that sealed. Heavy cast. Let's see what we have for weight here. We have 3 pounds here. I don't know, grams. Whoa, ounces. Only 2 pounds and 3/4 ounces. So 60 cents, $1.20. Maybe $1.30 or something like that, $1.35. But look at that. If you had 100 of these radios, see, you're not getting much money, but if you had 100 of these, which you can probably buy at government auctions if you pick them up for, you know, like you buy a whole pallet for like, you know, 20-30 bucks, right, when they were outdated and not worth nothing. And this one could have been worth something, but it was digital anyways. It was one of those radios where you had to program it especially for the frequency you want, right? Now let's try to put it together, huh? But pretty good. So this is more like, is this like, oh yeah, this is real plating here. You can feel it a lot better. Funny, I don't really see in this. This is where your microphone goes. I don't see much plating here. This is nice plating. What do we have for boards? 5 1/8 of an ounce. Actually, it was a nice little strip out there. I'm actually kind of impressed. It just shows you like different manufacturers. That was a Motorola, I believe. Yeah, it's a Motorola. Made in China. As I was reading, they were said, yeah, they're being bought by a Chinese company. I'm not sure if they're made in America, but a lot of times they assemble stuff in America, but in actual fact, it's 90% Chinese in parts, anyways. And then they give you this is, you know, this could be made somewhere, and then this is made somewhere else, and all they're doing is they give you all this in a box, or you have, say, 100 pounds of this, 200 pounds of this, and you just assemble it in the warehouse, right? That's how they save on duties and taxes and import fees on a lot of stuff. They'll say assembled in America, but not really made with American technology, if you know what I mean, usually. But they go overseas to buy the parts dirt cheap, and they put like a sweatshop. They pay guys okay money, I guess, but they put it all together. Like, they don't do nothing. It's all tuned pretty well anyways. You put it on a scope. If it looks all good, then they'll you know, set it out. But this will be pre-tuned. All these boards are pre-tuned. All they do is assemble the board. Take you about 5-10 minutes. Each assembly line goes across. You know, one guy could be in charge of just snapping these together. You know, putting this, for instance, like putting this into this pad. That's his job. Next guy puts this in. Next guy puts this, screws it together or clips it together. Next guy's head, it goes down the assembly line. So you don't screw up because you do the same thing day after day after day, or they rotate you once in a while, right? One guy might put screws in the back only. Next guy will hook it up, test it, make sure it transmits, do a couple because each radio will have probably a troubleshooting menu that you don't know about, to put a code in there, and it goes through all the different cycles of what the radio does and the power levels and everything. This could be adjusted by computer by different power levels. So there's a lot of, I read a few things about it, but to me, I don't mind tearing apart. You know, I don't know if it works. I don't know anything about it. You know, I just like to show my viewers neat things to look at, right? It's not just a standard e-waste or crap that you see on like computers. Computers never change. They're just built differently, but they're all the same concept. Something like this. Who would think all this would be all this great aluminum, right? This is awesome. See that? Even though it's only 2 pounds. But like I say, if you find these in a dumpster, you know, you might find them over your lifetime. It's worth stripping. Look at this. Anything with a heat sink built in like this. It's solid body. It's good scrap. This is good because I will take the tantalums off for sure. Right? And then there's even these copper coil type things in here. But you can see as technology goes on, like the other radio I looked was more analog. This is all digital components like cell phones, tantalums. These boards really had nothing on their old technology, and possibly the radios are 5 years apart. They're not 30 years apart. You know what I'm saying? It's just the technology is more advanced. It's a digital trunking radio. That means it's controlled. You know, frequency hopping too. So if I'm transmitting, all of a sudden these frequencies are always changing so that they can't be monitored, right? So when I unkey, it gives a code for the next radio to pick up the next code frequency. You know what I'm saying? It keeps hopping frequencies. So, you know, especially from a law enforcement, you don't want the crooks listening in and knowing every move, what the police are doing, right? That's why it's all digital, or especially encrypted. Anyways, that's my video here. Kind of interesting. I like to, you know, I'm kind of happy to pull it apart. I wish I had 100 of these ones. They're so easy to take apart. The other one I was pulling out 60 screws, the first radio I did. But it had similar to a little bit better materials inside. But this is good. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Something different for you guys to look at. And if you like my content, make sure you subscribe, share with your friends. Very important that you know, leave a comment, thumbs up if you like it. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Have a great night. All the best.